UFC 294, Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. The day Islam Makhachev smashed Alexander Volkanovski at UFC was sensational. This epic clash took place on the 21st of October, 2023 in the United Arab Emirates. With Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski exchanging blows in an intense fight featuring an electrifying round. The fight between Makhachev and Volkanovski happened because Charles Oliveira, who was supposed to face Islam, suffered an eye injury. So Alexander accepted the challenge. On fight night, Islam entered focused, while Alexander entered confident. The ref gave the instructions, the fighters touched gloves, and the fight began. Hey fighter, before you continue watching the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't get knocked out. First round. The first round started with the fighters studying each other's moves, applying pressure. Alexander goes after Islam with some crosses. Demonstrating skill, he landed a cross to the chest that shook Makhachev. Unsatisfied, Volkanovski tried a sidekick that missed. The fighters were attentive, analyzing each other's movements. The contest was fierce, with intense exchanges and much dispute. Alexander complains and the ref warns Islam. They break away from the cage, but come back more aggressive. And the fight heats up. Eager to score points, Islam throws a side kick that grazes by, along with a kick aiming at the opponent's face that misses. Makhachev attempts the takedown, but only manages to pin the opponent against the cage. Unsatisfied, he lands some knees. Very skilled, Islam delivers a crushing kick and a cross. In a crucial moment, Makhachev lands a smashing kick to Alexander's head, sending him to the canvas, followed by a sequence of devastating blows that drew blood, prompting the ref to intervene in the fight. The round ended with Islam Makhachev being declared the winner, after an impressive technical knockout over Alexander Volkanovski. The fighters hugged, showing mutual respect and sportsmanship. With this victory, it is estimated that Islam Makhachev earned about $2,540,000. Alexander Volkanovski, there are rumors he received about $2,390,000. UFC 267, Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker. The day Islam Makhachev humiliated Dan Hooker at UFC was magnificent. This epic confrontation took place on the 30th of October, 2021 in the United Arab Emirates, with Islam Makhachev and Dan Hooker facing off in an intense exchange featuring a surprising round. Makhachev was supposed to face Rafael dos Anjos, but he suffered an injury, and Dan Hooker was chosen. On fight night, Islam entered fearlessly, while Dan entered focused. After the ref gave the instructions, the fight began. First round. The first round started with the fighters analyzing their opponent's vulnerabilities. Focused, Hooker lands a cross to his opponent's rib. Not making it easy, Islam attempts a straight, but as a counter, takes another powerful straight to the face. Annoyed, Islam sends a brutal cross at Dan, but ends up taking a leg kick. Very skilled, Makhachev achieves a takedown. And on the ground, an intense exchange occurs, with both fighters delivering several accurate and powerful blows. Eager to score points, a fierce body fight happens with Islam trying to immobilize his opponent's arm. On top, Makhachev lands some crosses, along with an elbow. In a crucial moment, Islam pins his opponent and manages to lock in an armbar, prompting the ref to stop the fight. The round ended with Islam Makhachev being declared the winner after an impressive finish. At the end of the fight, the fighters briefly shook hands. With this victory, it is estimated that Islam Makhachev earned about $181,000, including the night's performance bonus. Dan Hooker, there are rumors he received about $166,000. UFC 280, Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira. The day the Islam Makhachev humiliated Charles Oliveira at UFC was surreal. This epic duel happened on the 22nd of October, 2022 in the United Arab Emirates, with Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira exchanging blows in one of the most awaited UFC fights that year, featuring 2 thrilling rounds. This fight was the main event of the night, vying for the vacant lightweight UFC belt. On fight night, Islam Makhachev entered confidently, with a mind of steel. Charles de Bronx entered super focused, feeling the victory. After the ref gave the instructions, the fighters touched gloves, and the fight began. First round. The first round was intense from the start, with Charles trying a high kick. Determinedly, the fighters were attentive, delivering some strategic blows until they fell into the clinch and then went to the ground. In the exchange, the opponents landed strong blows, but that didn't stop them from continuing to attack their opponents. Applying pressure, de Bronx pushed Islam against the cage and unleashed some knees. On the ground, Charles closed the guard, and the fighters exchanged some crosses. Very skilled, de Bronx lands a kick and tries to finish with a leg lock on Islam's head. Determined to win, Charles tries to send his opponent away and lands a brutal kick to Islam's face. On his feet, Makhachev, skilled, sends a crushing cross followed by more crosses to keep his opponent alert. On top, Islam delivers some impactful crosses and, in an intense battle, tries more crosses. Demonstrating skill, Makhachev achieves an extraordinary takedown and lands some accurate crosses. With remarkable precision, he lands some powerful crosses. The round ended with an advantage for Islam, scoring 10-9, promising an intense and balanced fight. Second round. In the second round, the fighters were more attentive and cautious. Charles, ruthless, throws a high kick that misses. Determinedly, de Bronx manages to take down his opponent, who quickly gets up. Determinedly, the fighters throw crosses that graze by. The dispute was heated, with some knees happening until they ended up in the clinch. Applying pressure, Islam pins his opponent against the cage, who retaliates with a knee. Unstoppable, Islam attempts the takedown, but Charles was alert, and again at the cage, they exchange blows and separate. The crosses from both fighters miss. Determined to win, Charles attempts a knee, but takes a devastating cross that knocks him down. In a crucial moment, Islam advances and locks in a chokehold. Charles tries to escape, but Makhachev tightens even more, forcing his opponent to tap out. The round ended with Islam Makhachev being declared the winner, receiving the lightweight belt after an impressive finish over Charles Oliveira. At the end of the fight, the fighters hugged, showing the respect and passion they both have for the fight. With this victory, it is estimated that Islam Makhachev pocketed about $1 million, including the night's performance bonus. Charles Oliveira, there are rumors he received about $1,300,000. UFC 259, Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober. The day Islam Makhachev destroyed Drew Dober at UFC was magnificent. This epic face-off happened on the 6th of March, 2021 in the United States, with Islam Makhachev and Drew Dober clashing in an intense exchange, battling it out for 3 hefty rounds. The fight took place for the fighters to climb the rankings and get closer to a title shot. On fight night, Drew entered confident, while Islam entered determined to win. After the ref gave the instructions, the fighters touched gloves and the fight began. First round. The first round started intense with the fighters alert, studying each opponent's strategy. Dober, focused, throws a low kick that misses. Without wasting time, he lands a thigh kick on Islam. Cunningly, Makhachev tries a few blows that graze by. Showing skill, Islam, after much effort, manages the takedown. Unstoppable. On top, he lands some crosses. Skillfully, Islam hits a series of crosses. The contest was heated, with the fighters landing mutual crosses. Drew tries to pin Makhachev, but he manages to escape after a cross. The fight was intense on the ground, with the opponents wanting to score. The contest was brutal, with devastating crosses from Islam and Dober trying to escape his opponent's control. Determined, Drew manages to get out, but Islam catches him again. In the final seconds, Makhachev grabs Dober's arm. But he resists and manages to get out after much skill, and on top, tries some crosses. The first round ended with an advantage for Islam, scoring 10-8, promising an intense and balanced fight. Second round. In the heat of the second round, the opponents touched gloves, but they were cautious. Drew advances and tries two crosses that miss. Determinedly, Islam tries a high knee and with grit goes for the takedown. Demonstrating skill, Makhachev pins Dober against the cage and cunningly achieves a spectacular takedown. Focused, Islam pins Drew's legs and unleashes a series of heavy blows. Ruthlessly, he lands some crosses. Determined to finish the fight, Makhachev lands several strong elbows along with some devastating blows on his opponent. With determination, the fighters were in an intense dispute, with Drew trying to escape, but Islam not allowing it. Applying pressure, the fight was fierce with impactful blows, where they did not give in. As the round ends, the fighters touch gloves. The round ended with Makhachev taking the advantage, scoring 10-8 and opening a 4-point lead. Third round. The atmosphere in the third round was intense, but the fighters touched gloves. Determined to dominate, Drew goes in with a side kick. Without wasting time, Dober lands a devastating elbow on Islam. The two exchanged heavy blows in an intense fight, with attempts ending in the clinch. But Islam manages a takedown followed by two crosses. The fighters were alert, and in an intense dispute, they delivered devastating blows, wanting to finish the fight. Not allowing opportunities, Islam lands some crosses on Drew. Very skilled, Makhachev tries to immobilize his opponent and lands an elbow to the back. In a crucial moment, Islam locks in a strong arm triangle, forcing his opponent to tap out. The round ended with Islam Makhachev declared the winner after an impressive finish over Drew Dober. With this victory, it is estimated that Islam Makhachev earned about $100,000. Drew Dober, there are rumors he received about $75,000. UFC Fight Night, Islam Makhachev versus Bobby Green. The day Islam Makhachev massacred Bobby Green at UFC was epic. This phenomenal fight took place on the 26th of February, 2022 in the United States, with Islam Makhachev and Bobby Green in an intense exchange, featuring an electrifying round. Islam was supposed to face Beneil Dariush, but he suffered a leg injury. And with that, Bobby Green stepped in just 10 days before the event. On fight night, Makhachev entered focused, while Green entered fearlessly. After the ref gave the instructions, the fighters didn't touch gloves, and the fight began. First round. The first round started intense, with a high kick from Islam that missed. The fighters studied each other until Bobby landed a kick that was caught by Islam, initiating the exchange. The contest was fierce, with knees from both fighters. Very skilled, Green dodges a powerful cross. Eager to score points, Bobby lands a devastating cross and another cross that grazes by. Makhachev, determined, responded with a low kick and a side kick that grazes by. Demonstrating skill, he lands a cross, followed by a takedown. Skilled, Makhachev lands some blows, and on top, he lands two powerful crosses. In a crucial moment, Islam lands a sequence of blows and several devastating crosses, prompting the ref to stop the fight. The round ended with Islam Makhachev being declared the winner after an impressive technical knockout over Bobby Green. With this victory, it is estimated that Islam Makhachev earned about $210,000. Bobby Green, there are rumors he received about $88,000. UFC 220, Islam Makhachev versus Gleison Tibau. The day Islam Makhachev massacred Gleison Tibau at UFC was surprising. This phenomenal fight took place on the 20th of January, 2018 in the United States. with Islam Makhachev and Gleison Tibau exchanging blows in an intense fight featuring an electrifying round. This fight was an incredible chance for both fighters to advance in the lightweight rankings. On fight night, Makhachev entered focused, while Tibau entered fearlessly. The ref gave the instructions, and the fight began. First round. The first round started with the fighters touching gloves and throwing blows to see the opponent's reaction. Very skilled, Tibau tries a thigh kick on Islam, but misses. Unsatisfied, he tries a high kick, but misses. The contest was fierce, and the fighters were attentive, studying their opponent. Eager to score points, Islam tries a high kick, aiming at the opponent's face. In a crucial moment of the round, Islam lands a side kick, along with a devastating cross that knocks down his opponent, followed by a sequence of brutal blows, forcing the referee to end the fight. The round ended with Islam Makhachev being declared the winner after an impressive knockout over Gleison Tibau. With this victory, it is estimated that Islam Makhachev earned about $32,000. Gleison Tibau, there are rumors he received about $50,000. UFC Fight Night, Beneil Dariush versus Arman Tsarukyan. The day Arman Tsarukyan crushed Beneil Dariush at UFC was surreal. This confrontation took place on the 2nd of December, 2023 in the United States, with Dariush and Tsarukyan exchanging blows in an electrifying round. On fight night, Dariush entered focused, while Arman entered fearlessly. The ref gave the instructions, the fighters touched gloves, and the fight began. First round. The first round started with the opponents studying each other. Dariush, focused, sends a powerful high kick and a kick that grazes by. Not satisfied, Beneil throws some straights and a powerful cross that misses. The combat was contested, with the fighters exchanging some blows. Determined to score, an exchange happens with a straight from Arman and a kick from Dariush. Determinedly, Tsarukyan sends several straights and a cross that misses. In a crucial moment, Arman advances and launches a straight, lands a cross, tries a knee, and locks in a cross that knocks down Beneil, followed by a sequence of blows. Tsarukyan jumps the cage and celebrates with his family, and returns to the octagon towards Dariush, but is stopped. The round ended with Arman Tsarukyan being declared the winner after a surprising knockout over Dariush. With this victory, it is estimated that Arman Tsarukyan earned about $556,000. Beneil Dariush, there are rumors he received about $521,000. Then you'll be blown away by the day Conor McGregor defeated Nate Diaz at UFC. Curious? Take a look at the video that's blowing up on your screen and check out this legendary fight.